Hi everyone, welcome to Sunday's vlog. My name is Emma and I'm trying to lose weight at the moment following the Slimming World plan. I promised that I would do a little vlog to explain a bit more about how Slimming World works, and I will try and do that now because I know not everybody who watches follows Slimming World, so sometimes it can sound like I'm talking like a mad woman. I can remember somebody in my family, they were watching it and they were like, why do you keep going on about speed food? They thought that was really strange. But anyway, as far as I see it, there's 4 parts to Slimming World, and basically to lose weight you have to eat less calories, and what Slimming World does is it encourages you to eat very low calorie foods as much as you want, and then it encourages you to eat kind of mediumly dense, I suppose, calorie foods in moderation. Although they're called free foods, you do still have to be a bit mindful, and then it gives you a healthy extra A, a healthy extra B for your calcium and your fibre. And then the sins are the very, very high calorie foods, and often they're like trigger foods as well. So anyway, basically the speed foods are most fruits, but not all fruits, most vegetables, but not all vegetables. So things like potatoes, parsnips, sweet potatoes, sweet corn and peas, they are not speed foods, they are free foods. They are slightly higher in calories, or slightly more calorie dense than things like salads and, carrots and swede, butternut squash, spinach, stuff like that. So they're the speed vegetables, and then a lot of fruit is speed, apart from bananas, melons, grapes, cherries. There's quite a few. Hang on, I'll show you the page in the book. So that's the vegetables first. That's the vegetables, and the ones that are speed have got an S by the side of them. And then the fruits is that one. So there's plenty that you can have, but they're not all speed. So first of all, when I'm kind of planning my meals, I try to think of what speed food can I have, because that is the key to losing weight, in my opinion, on Slimming World, is having as many speed foods as you can on your plate. And you are supposed to have 1/3 of the plate covered in speed food. And as I've said before, that doesn't mean having a massive bowl of pasta and a side salad in a different bowl. It means taking away 1/3 of the pasta that you would have normally had and putting, your lettuce, tomato, cucumber, spinach or broccoli, whatever veg you want with it. So yeah, that's the speed food, which I go on about all the time. Also, it's worth pointing out here that the speed food is very, very healthy. It's not just good for weight loss. We need it. It's, nutrients, vitamins, minerals. One of the things that I've been researching over the past few years, and I'm sure a lot of you have heard me going on about, is the gut biome. And one of the best ways to look after your gut biome, they say, is to eat 30 different, they call them plant points, but I say fruit and veg in a week. So you might have heard people say as well, eat the rainbow, eat a wide variety of fruit and veg. So Slimming World really, really does encourage this. So the next stage is the free foods, and on Slimming World you can eat these as much as you like. I try to be a little bit mindful. However, when I first did Slimming World and I lost 6.5 stone, I did used to eat massive plates of pasta. To be fair, it keeps you full and it used to stop me snacking. So, but now I've not got quite so much to lose. I am mindful of things like pasta and rice and potatoes. But they say you can eat them as much as you want. But as I said before, you do need to take away a third and make sure that's speed food. But anyway, these are the free foods. So you've got lean meat, all the fat has to be removed. Minced meat is allowed, but it needs to be the less than 5% fat. You've got fish, obviously a very healthy option. I've been trying to eat quite a bit of oily fish, which is all a free food on Slimming World, because although obviously I do need to lose weight, so I don't need to eat too much fat, I do need to eat healthy fats. So that's why I've been trying to have things like mackerel, sardines, tuna, that kind of thing, which helps me feel full as well. Obviously it's protein as well. Eggs are free. Plant-based protein, so corn fillets, seitan fillets, textured soya mince, vegetable protein pieces, and tofu. And then also you've got all your like rice, pasta, grains, spelt, quinoa, which I love, pearl barley, noodles. So there's quite a lot of free foods. And then you've also got all your like beans and lentils, pulses, which I love, all those kind of things. A lot of these free foods are very high in protein, which, as we know, helps us to stay full. So that's another good thing. Then the third part of Slimming World, let me just get to it, is that you get two they call them healthy extras. So you'll hear me talk about my A choice and my B choice. And for the healthy extras, you get two A choices, and that's your milk and cheese, because obviously it's really important to have your calcium. So again, there's various things to choose from, different kinds of cheese, different kinds of milk. There's some vegan things, so you've got your almond milks, coconut milks, semi-skimmed, goat's milk, whole milk if you want to have it. And then you've got various kinds of cheeses as well, including, this is quite handy, this grab and go things, because you do have to weigh your healthy extras. So whereas the speed and the free foods you can have as much as you like, with the healthy extras you do have to weigh them. So for example, if you wanted some, I often have semi-skimmed milk. It's 250 millilitres is one of your healthy extra A's. I usually have that as a healthy extra A, but I don't always have all of it. So I tend to drink mint tea, but I do have cups of ordinary tea, and I do like decaf coffee as well. So I sometimes have some of the semi-skim milk, or if I'm having cereal, then I have it on there. And I do like cheese, but I don't always have cheese every day, because it is one of my trigger foods, to be honest, and I love it. So I have it sometimes, and you can have either 30 grams of ordinary cheddar or 40 grams of reduced reduced fat cheddar, 45 grams of feta, 35 grams of Emmentaler, Gouda, Gruyere, 35 grams of halloumi, 30 grams of hard goat's cheese. There's quite a few here. Again, there's some vegan ones. And then you've got the grab and go, which is what I was trying to say, which is things like Dairy Light cheese slices, Dairy triangles, Baby Bells. I used to love the Baby Bells when I was doing Slimming World, and I'd quite often have them as my second choice, but I just cannot bear to pay the price for them now. They have just got ridiculously expensive, so I've kind of stopped having them. You are also allowed one healthy extra B choice per day, and again, this needs to be weighed, and this is for your fibre. So this is a thing that's high in fibre. So you've got high fibre cereals. Again, there's loads to choose from. So you've got brown flakes, porridge oats, you've got all bran, some kinds of muesli, Weetabix. I don't know if Oatibix is a B choice. Shredded wheat, oats, so simple, the original flavours. So yeah, there's quite a few cereals. Grape nuts, they're nice. Shreddies, multigrain Cheerios, etc, etc. Wholemeal bread is also a B choice. One thing that I love is the Warburton's wholemeal pittas. They are a great choice for your healthy extra B. But you can have a wholemeal roll, 60 grams. You can have an English muffin, wholemeal, 65 grams. A pita bread, 60 grams, wholemeal. There's a gluten-free option, or you can just have sliced bread. You can have 2 small slices from a 400 gram sliced loaf. And I know a lot of people like the Tesco's Neville's bread. That's a healthy extra B, and apparently it's quite reasonable. Yeah, so that's that one. There's also crisp breads, high fibre crisp breads for your B choice. So we've got things like Thin Crisp Original Sourdough Rye Thins. We've got Ryvitas, Corn Thins, Ryvita Crisp Breads, Ryvita Rye Cakes. Also nuts and seeds. So again, very good for healthy fats, very high in fibre, very good for you. Again, 20 almonds, 6 Brazil nuts, 15 cashew nuts, 2 level tablespoons of chia seeds, some hazelnuts, 25, 40 pistachio nuts, etc, etc. I won't read them all out. And then there's also the grab and go section for the healthy B, which is you can have 2 Alpenlight cereal bars, 2 hi-fi bars. Also, it's not everything is in this book. When you join up to Slimming World, you get an app and you can scan things, and there's lots more choices on that. So for example, Skinny Crunch bars, or some of the Skinny Crunch bars that are high enough in fibre, are also your healthy B choice. So that's quite good. There's also dried fruit, canned fruit and cooked fruit. They are also healthy B. So I do find that I can get a bit in a rut with my healthy B choice and end up having the same thing all the time, which is the Warburton's thing. So this time I really tried to make an effort to read through this and try and change around my healthy B choice. And I know people who are perhaps struggling to lose a bit of weight and who have the same thing all the time. One week they might try and have a different healthy B choice and it really boosts their weight loss. So that's worth remembering if you are struggling. Also, it stops you getting bored, or it does me anyway. So yeah, that's the third thing. And then the final thing is the sins. So they are, what does it say? So the sins are the high calorie, high sugar, high fat foods. None of these foods are banned. However, they'll seriously jeopardise your success if they're not carefully controlled. So with sins, you do have to measure, weigh, count, whatever. And they're you're, as I just said, high calorie, high sugar, kind of treat foods, I suppose. So that's it really in a nutshell. Well, I've rambled on for quite a while, but I hope that explains it, and then you know what I'm rambling on about a bit more. For breakfast today, I'll put a photo up. I had half a sin's worth of the white chocolate kvarg with kiwi, which is free on Slimming World, and then I had orange and plum, which are speed foods on Slimming World, and 2 boiled eggs, which are free and high in protein. I'll show you lunch now. Lunch today is a jacket potato. You'll notice that I'm eating a lot of jacket potatoes at the moment because I cooked, about 10 yesterday? So I'm basically having them for every meal. And in the jacket potato, I made a lentil bolognese. So I used the JD Seasonings pot for the flavour, a tin of lentils, which are free on Slimming World, so's the JD Seasonings. There's lots of speedy foods in there as well. So there's courgette, there's butternut squash, onion, pepper, and spinach, and then tomato passata and a tin of chopped tomatoes. Oh, and some garlic as well. So that's all free and speed. Jacket potato is free as well. And then I've got a really big speedy salad to go with it, which is spinach, red cabbage and carrot. And then I've got some apple cider vinegar to pour over the whole lot. So it's all free and speed. We're having the same thing tonight for dinner that we had last night. So it's jacket potato again. I know I had jacket potato at lunchtime, but they're quite small jacket potatoes. So it's jacket potato, which is free food on Slimming World, with Spanish chicken, which I made using chicken, which is a free food, loads of speedy vegetables, tomato, passata and a tin of tomatoes, and a packet of the Spanish chicken JD seasonings, and I just cooked all that up, and we're just going to have some carrots with it, and they are a speed food on Slimming World. Earlier on we went out for a walk, which I didn't vlog. I wish I had, because it was a beautiful walk. We're definitely going to do it again, but the weather's been a bit sun and cloud and showers, so I didn't want to risk it. But we took our flasks with us, and I had one of the sachets of coffee. So that's sins. So that was 3 sins. And then I've also planned out my sins as well for today, which is what I've been doing since I started. So later on, I'm going to have some of these proper corn, sea salted popcorn, 44 calories, 2 sins. I've got a little bowl here. I don't know if you can see that, full of a few things. I've got a couple of mini meringues, they're half a sin each, and then I've got some mini marshmallows, 1 sin's worth. I don't know if you can see this, and I've also got 20 almonds, which is my healthy extra B, so that's just something for I have been nibbling a bit on that throughout the day. And then last but not least, I've got a curly whirly for 5 sins. So that's my little sins, and I think that means, hang on, I'm finishing on 13 sins today. Coffee was 3, popcorn 2, marshmallows are 1 sin. Oh, I counted 1 sin for the kvarg, but actually it's only half. The meringues are 1 sin, the curly whirly's 5, so yeah, 12 and a half, but 13, and I might have a sweet later. Although I haven't been having as many sweets in the evenings because I'm quite full and I've got all the other things to nibble on, so that's good. Anyway, I will stop rambling on now, and I will pop a picture on the screen of the dinner, and I'll leave it at that for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all again tomorrow. Bye.